Morning. Made it into Salem and checked into the Salem Inn. Checked in last night, and historic inn built in 1834 by this guy Nathaniel West. And we checked into the deluxe Whirlpool suite, and Whirlpool right there. I was in that last night, and this place is cool. It's definitely got an old-time haunted vibe. Squeaky floors, windows rattled all night, which I thought was super cool. And yeah, set this 1920s desk up as a workstation, and studying up on some local history. Birth of America, I'd say they were about 13 years too late. And yeah, they have a fireplace that you can use. So, king size bed, and yeah, cool view of the city. A bunch of historic homes around here. And just got back from breakfast. The lady down there told us that a baby had died in the hotel and it's haunted. So, yeah. And about to head out. The Witch Museum is right up the road. Past that, the Witch Dungeon, and then just some local stores we're going to check out. It's about 38 degrees today, so it's going to be kind of a short day. So. Just took a tour of the witch house, or the Corwin house, the home of Joseph Corwin. He was a judge during the Salem witch trials, and he is the uncle of George Corwin, the sheriff who performed the executions. And it was pretty cool. No filming inside. Tickets were $9, and yeah, it was pretty neat. This is the last remaining home that is directly tied to the witch trials. And we're right across the street from our hotel. Kind of random. Elizabeth Montgomery TV show Bewitched, season 7 was filmed in Salem, so yeah, so they dedicated this statue. Wrong time of year.
Yeah.
Witch Gale, basically the witch jail, where the witches were held before execution. And Giles Corey, the guy who was actually crushed to death, was imprisoned here. And to let you know, the witches weren't burned; they were all hanged. It's for this one guy, Giles Corey. He was stoned. He was crushed by stone to death. Charter Street Cemetery, the oldest cemetery in, and a few of the judges from the witch trials are buried in here. Each of these seats is for one of the victims hanged, George Burroughs, Sarah Wilds, John Wardhouse, Cirrus 1684, and was originally 3 blocks from here. And this is that first architecture, I guess, with the pitch roof and all these gables. Roger Conant, 1592 until 1697, first settler of Salem. Yeah, the story goes with Salem is that it began as a fishing village run by the Dorchester Company, similar to Jamestown. Wasn't doing very well, so they sent Roger Conant to help get things running. Situation improved, although the Dorchester Company was bought by the New England Company, and they kind of changed it into a Puritan settlement into the town of Salem. So there you go. At the Joshua Ward house, considered to be the most haunted house in all of Salem. And Joshua Ward wasn't that important of a figure. He was a physician. He actually did invent some sort of balm that's used today. It protects your skin from allergies. But anyways, this is the land where where George Corwin had his home, and he was the sheriff of Essex County during the Salem witch trials, and he was responsible for many of the tortures and deaths, and most notably Giles Corey. He was the 81-year-old who was pressed to death. And yeah, story goes with that, he wasn't compliant during the trials, and so Giles had a board placed across his body and continued adding stones trying to get him to confess. He didn't, and yeah, he eventually ended up dying. And gruesome story goes that his tongue actually popped out during the pressing, and George pushed it back in with a stick. So yeah, after that it was thought the house was cursed by Giles, and that George was cursed because he died just 5 years later. He was 25 years old while the trials were going on, died at 30, died of a heart attack, which is pretty odd, somebody that age. And also George, after he died, he was left in the basement all through the winter. For one, the ground was pretty hard here in Salem. It was difficult to have him buried. But also, he had accused a wealthy merchant of witchcraft, and the merchant was in the process of suing him, and he had some sort of lien on George's body. So, yeah, so that's the story with the Joshua Ward house.